Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for If Walls Could Talk. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, Walls and Ceilings, Roofing Supply Pro, and Building Enclosure. I'm so honored to be joined today by Tammy Clark of Tammy K. Clark Companies. Tammy, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Jill. It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me again.
Most definitely, it's great to talk about safety because, like you were saying, it always gets people in trouble.
Yes, and it's something that we have to talk about, especially because the work that your contractors are doing or your clients are doing are very imminent danger type of projects. So it's something that is on the forefront of everybody's mind, and it's something that we have to discuss frequently.
Definitely. Well, before we get started, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm an occupational and environmental health and safety professional. I'm also an industrial hygienist. I have worked in the fields of health, safety, and compliance for over 20 years. A big portion of my clientele has been the construction industry. I work with a lot of roofing contractors, exteriors contractors, interiors. So I'm very well versed and familiar with all of the trade contractors who are your clients.
Oh, well, that's great and definitely very important. Today, I want to talk about ladder safety. So what are the most important things that contractors need to know about ladder safety?
Well, I'll tell you, because this is just a real quick kind of brief bullet point type of conversation. I'll tell you kind of the top things that I see contractors getting cited for by OSHA. Number one is improper ladder setup. And it's very important that employees are trained on how to properly set up a ladder. We're talking about the proper ladder angle. How do they know the proper ladder angle? A lot of them use the fireman's approach, right? Stand with your back to the wall and put your arms out. That's not actually correct because OSHA will pull measurements on this. So they have to have that proper 4-to-1 ratio. And I have spent time with employees in the field, having them climb up the ladder, drop the tape from the landing point of landing at the top down, divide that by 4 and move the feet of the ladder out. That's where we set up the ladder. Always that will give you the correct ladder angle. OSHA is really good at spotting from a distance an improper ladder angle, whether that ladder is too steep or it's too shallow, either one.
Sure.
And you can pretty much eyeball that. And if there's questions, they will pull a tape on it. So that is something you should spend time teaching your employees, proper ladder setup. The second thing with ladders is not having the side rails of the ladder extending a minimum of 3 feet above the ladder surface. So wherever that ladder hits, got to have a minimum of 3 feet. And a good rule of thumb for that is 3.5 rungs. Each rung is 11.5 inches. So you can kind of go 3.5 rungs would give me that 3 feet. And then the third one would be improper use of ladders. And that means working improperly off of ladders, overreaching, stretching, using the wrong type of ladder, not using an extension ladder, rather a step ladder to access an upper area, things like that. So I see this a lot with smaller companies, with smaller residential companies. And so it really is worth it to take the time and do a company ladder safety training so employees know how to set up ladders, secure ladders, and which ladders they should be using to work off of and how to work safely off of ladders.
Great advice. Well, thank you so much, Tammy. That's always important to know. I know we're excited to have a lot more topics to talk about with you as time goes on, but ladder safety is definitely the beginning. So if anybody has any questions for you in the meantime, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
I have a very simple email. It's tkhclark@gmail.com.
Sounds great. Well, and if anybody has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com, wconline.com, and buildingenclosureonline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, especially our e-news, our website, our podcasts and videos like we're doing today with Tammy. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks again, Tammy.
Thank you.